Not Rodney Blunt Smoke. That was the old tie handle. Rodney Dangermouthe. Well, I haven't done that in a while. We're smoking and thinking today about the show The Brink. It's an excellent show on HBO with Jack Black and Tim Robbins, and goddamn was it funny. Unfortunately, it was canceled, and it really pissed me off. Yeah. I don't know if anybody else watched it. Jack Black plays kind of a goofy stoner diplomat, and Tim Robbins plays Secretary of State. And fucking hysterical hijinks ensues. But the inner workings of the cabinet that they show between the head general and the Secretary of State, Tim Robbins, is just fucking brilliant. It's some of the funniest TV on anywhere. They're children. One's trigger happy and one's logical, but children nonetheless. And I just think it's super funny. I released a video earlier called Fuck Michelle Obama. I released that 2 hours ago. We're up to 20 views already, which, considering we're not a viral channel or a, wildly popular with thousands of subscribers or anything, it's, I think, pretty damn neat. To me, that's that's success, I should say. To raise 20,000 views on one video in 2 hours with very little marketing. I'm not doing a lot for marketing. I'm just, my circle's not giant, so I just reach out to it. That video gained us a new subscriber, so if you're watching, welcome and thanks for joining us with Smoke2ThinkOn. Smoke2ThinkOn is the channel name. That's what I title most of the intermittent videos. The topical videos are titled under Smoke2ThinkOn. These live broadcasts are blunt talk. I do a blunt talk in the morning and a blunt talk in the afternoon, which is mostly just me getting stoned like I would normally, and then instead of just thinking quietly to myself, I extrapolate my thoughts into the fucking internet. So if you're just now joining us, welcome. And by joining us, I mean to the channel. We do appreciate the new subscribers. It's pretty fun. I can't see shit on my screen, by the way, so I don't even know if you guys can actually see me or if I'm just a dark shadow lit from behind smoking a fatty, but let's look, I suppose. Let's see. Yeah, mostly I'm a dark shadow. That's kind of neat. This person's identity has been hid for their own safety. Not really. No, it's about 112 degrees out right now, and so I turned the air conditioner off, opened the fucking door. I'm sitting in the cool front area, and I got my hand in the smoke blowing out the door because it's just too fucking hot to be out in the studio or out in that shit. It's just too hot. Too hot. Too hot. Yeah. For those of you checking out the new single and the new playlist, Ranch Delivery Service, thanks a lot. That song is the first single out of a few that I'm going to be releasing through the web right here, just like this. I'd like to start producing some music videos for him, but I'm a waiter, and being a waiter blows. So to avoid telling any self-righteous, entitled, fat fucking cuntbags to go fuck themselves, I write mean-spirited rap songs on their behalf. The newest one I'm going to be doing is called No, You Can't Split the Check. It's going to be good. Working in the restaurant industry, allows you to see a certain side of people that they don't normally show the people that they know, love, or respect. When they look at you like a servant, you get to see a part of their, you get to see the selfishness that people have that they don't even notice themselves. Illustrated in the language they used. Let me get a, I'm gonna get a, I'm gonna get a, bring me this, bring me this. And I just want to be like, you know, why don't you say, please, motherfucker? You know, yeah, I realize you're not required to. It's called courtesy, asshole. You know what I mean? People come in, they sit down, they got 10 fucking people in their party. They damn well know that you got 4 or 5 other tables. They're not thinking about it, but they know it, because anybody who's got eyes and ears can see that and know it. So I don't want to, ignorance is not an excuse. They know that the waiter or the waitress has a bunch of tables. Now, if at the very beginning of your fucking dining experience you say, hey, we're going to need separate checks, that's one thing. That I don't have a problem with. That's no big deal to me at all. Right? Somebody tells me that, I just put your shit in under different checks. The cooks get it in the same amount of time, they make it in the same amount of time, and, you know, no big fucking deal. But if at the end of the fucking dining experience, you all decide, oh shit, we need to split the check, you all need to get a fucking calculator out. That's what you need to do. I ain't got time for that shit. And I don't mean in that quirky meme sort of way. I ain't got time for that shit. I mean, like, literally, I don't have fucking time for that shit. I really don't have time. To split your check requires going and finding a manager, sitting at a fucking kiosk, point of sale computer, and individually fucking splitting your check up into however many checks you want me to split it up in. If I got a fuckload of other tables, that means people's food is sitting in a window getting cold while I do math for you? Fuck you, man. What you need to do is yourself a fucking favor and fucking ask me at the beginning to split your check. So I'm writing a rap song. Like I said, called No, You Can't Split the Check. I'm pretty excited about that particular track. It's gonna be pretty tits, as the kids used to say. I don't really say it much anymore. You know? Kids don't say tits enough anymore. My liking. When I was a kid, that's what they said. It just occurred to me. My back was hurting, and I didn't want to sit there anymore. I got all these cables and cords and shit. The camera's right there. Y'all can still see me, right? Right on. Catch a few rays, enjoy this breeze. Maybe I will sit. Maybe I'll take the chair out and I'll sit right here. There we go. Now the computer won't overheat and die. Well, that's excellent news. So anyway, tits, right? I don't know, maybe it's a Midwestern thing. Maybe it's just where I grew up. Kids said, oh, that's tits. Oh, that's tits, you know. Like in California, all the kids said, what'd they say? They said, oh, that's sick. Oh, that's sick. Or hella. It's hella cool. It's hella, right? Where I grew up, things were tits. And that makes sense, because, I mean, everybody loves tits. That's a fact. I don't know if you guys were aware of that, but that's been scientifically proven. Everybody loves tits. Nobody doesn't love tits. You guys believe this shit too? We're actually going to have Hillary Clinton as our president. Is that not exciting? Finally. We're getting a twofer on history, right? A fucking woman president and the first lesbian. That's hard to fucking top. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm not a bigot. I don't mind a woman lesbian as president. I'm a little disconcerted about a lying, cheating, political operating, criminal female lesbian who has the term Arkansas associated with her last name being president. But, you know, on the whole, lady dyke president doesn't bother me one bit. But in 2020, since I know we're going to have the battle between Kanye West and whoever the fuck else, ostensibly Hillary Clinton, can we please nominate Ellen fucking DeGeneres? Can we do that? Can we at least make the second female lesbian president Ellen DeGeneres? Because as it stands, we're about to have Bill Clinton as the first lady, and that's only until the divorce. Whatever mannish chick Hillary brings in will be our new first lady. That'll be a first presidential divorce. But in 2020 we could have Ellen DeGeneres, folks. And for the first time, we'd have at least for the first time since Jackie Onassis, that there was a first lady in the White House that we all wanted to fuck. I mean, you've seen Portia, right? Ellen's wife? Oh my god. That woman is so fucking hot. I watched the fucking 4 seasons of Arrested Development just to hopes that she would somewhere be naked. No, I'm kidding. That show was amazing. I didn't really care about her tits, although I'm sure they're incredible. I guess I do have to set this on the computer. This is really hard to do while standing and holding the bud. But no, for real, if we had Ellen, we would have a hot first lady. That would be nice, right? Sorry, Michelle, you're just not brave and stunning, in my opinion. I don't know. It's not the Adam's apple either. Just kidding. But Portia's way fucking fine, guys. And that would be awesome if we could get that instead of the hill dog criminal fucking Clinton. The guaranteed increase of fucking Middle Eastern conflict, the glory holes of fucking Wall Street. I don't know if I wrote that or if I said that. I forget, but I was communicating in some way the other day, and I was talking about the difference between Hillary Clinton's association to Wall Street and Donald Trump's. Now, when Hillary Clinton makes backroom deals... Oh, shit. I almost lost the blunts, folks. That would have been catastrophic. When Hillary Clinton is making backroom deals... Shit, we're gonna... Alright, good. Okay. Yeah, so... I digress. Sorry, guys. This is a problem with live stream. I'm actually practicing right now for a small clip video. So let me get back into character there. When Hillary Clinton makes backroom deals with Wall Street, it's like a fucking glory hole in some dirty, dingy, smoky fucking basement somewhere. Some bathroom without a goddamn seat. It's made of metal. Still got shit floating in the top of it you can't identify. And she's squatting down with 4 or 5 fucking holes in the damn walls with Wall Street peckers hanging out of them. Donald Trump, when he makes backroom deals with Wall Street, it's more like a quiet hand job under the bar stool or under the bar counter, you know? Sure, it's gross. It's kind of dirty. You'd really appreciate it if your president wasn't doing that. Let me ask you, would you rather have a president with a mouthful of glory hole cocks, or a president given a quiet hand job under a bar stool counter? I'm taking the hand job, folks. I'm just saying. Now again, I don't want that to sound like an endorsement for Trump. Don't let me confuse you by making a Hillary Clinton analogous to a dirty, seedy basement bathroom glory hole, and Donald Trump an under-the-counter handjob. Make it sound like I'm endorsing Trump, because I'm certainly not. I'm just the reality that one is significantly more despicable than the other. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but Donald Trump is a racist. No. That was Hillary Clinton that you saw in blackface for fucking Halloween way back when. Okay? Not the Don. And I must admit, I'm being hyperbolic and histrionic. Just because the bitch wore a fucking blackface to Halloween doesn't make her racist. Insensitive, kind of stupid. Or alive in the 70s and 80s when nobody really gave a fuck. You know how we know that nobody gave a fuck back in the 70s and 80s about stupid shit like blackface? Like nobody really, really gave a fuck? I'll tell you how we know. Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman went on television and said, "Stop calling me a black man, and I'll stop calling you a white man. I'm a man. You're a man. We're men." That's not something you're ever going to hear Jesse Williams fucking say. So I said, fuck Jesse Williams. These fucking people want to live vicarious historical suffering. I mean, let me tell you about the plight of the Irish when the potato famine hit. Whew, food was hard to come by. We had to fucking leave. Oh, it was horrible. My fucking poor ancestors. I should get reparations. It's fucking history, man. It doesn't affect you now. The only way it affects you now is it reminds you of what not to do in the future. And again, I said it once, I'll say it 10,000 times. If slavery fucking offends you, do us all a favor. Start working on the slavery problem, because there's 46 million people that we know of enslaved right now. Now, I don't know how many slaves there were in 1860 or whatever year it was when we freed the slaves, but I'll tell you right now, there's a shitload now. And it's pretty fucking abhorrent to see all of the hard work and energy by people like Martin Luther King, whose dreams really did come true. I grew up playing, laughing, and loving little black boys and little black girls and little white boys and little white girls, without any judgment on them, any character assertions on them. When I was 6, I wasn't certain that all black people were thieves. I am now. I'm just kidding. I'm not. I guess it's not funny. It's funny to me. Sure where I want to go next with this. I've been watching analytics, and I've been trying to come up with some different ideas for Smoke2ThinkOn, some different segments. I want to remain, for the most part, current events and news kind of covering system. You know, I don't want to call ourselves a network or a organization or anything. Maybe just a little community, 7 or 8 people. But I am open to suggestions, so please do tweet down below at Rod Dangerfield, or Dangermouthe. God damn, I keep saying Dangerfield. The alias, of course, is from Rodney Dangerfield, who was a great comic. And, you know, people tell me that I'm funny. I'm not always intending to be, but sometimes I'm funny. So I went with the Rodney Dangerfield, right? And Dangermouthe, because shit, man, I know what I'm saying is dangerous. I know, because it affects me directly. You ever try to tell somebody in liberal America that Donald Trump is neither racist nor xenophobic, but also still a horrible idea for a president? I can't hang with the conservatives or the motherfucking liberals. You know what I'm saying? So what direction do we take this? I know that stoners give a shit about current events and politics and news. And I know because you're watching, you're sharing, you're subscribing, you know. But is that all we want to do? Is that all we want to discuss? What kind of art do you like? What kind of music are you listening to? Do you produce? Do you rap? Sing songs with a guitar? You got some cool paintings you want to share? I don't know. What ideas? You know, like I said, tweet at the Rod Dangermouthe, because I never bore or tire of keeping up with current events. I really don't. I'm happy to make videos where I tell Michelle Obama to go fuck herself, President Obama to go fuck herself. I'm fairly certain we're starting a new segment on this channel called, uh, well, I don't know, fuck blank or something, or the secret society of public figures who need to go fuck themselves or something. I don't know, folks. I'm just one man. Alright. So yeah, like I said, if you have other ideas or other things you want to see, or if there's topics that you know of that you want to see covered, you think I might have an interesting perspective on, I want to know about it. Because, like I said, although I don't ever tire of the political scene, the news, or the cultural programming, I'm inundated with culture creation and culture engineering, and I see the fucking source code like Neo sees the Matrix, and you might too. And if you do, I'd like to know, because it'd be nice to collaborate with some people who are also seeing the what is it? I'll just stick with what I've been calling it: the double think and the newspeak. You know, this the thought policing, the internal censorship. Aldous Huxley said that there would not need to be any thought police. The people would police themselves. We would fucking censor ourselves. And most of the time we do. I don't. That's why people like me do this kind of shit. That's why we do these kinds of shows, because we genuinely don't give a shit what anyone else thinks about us. We're gonna say what's on our mind. Like I've said a few times, to do this requires a certain level of arrogance, a certain level of confidence, and internalized belief that not only you're watching, but that you give a fuck. I hope I'm not wrong. And I'm happy to be a little bit arrogant. I'm happy to recognize that I'm pretty much never wrong. But those few occasions, and they're few, where I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. For instance, on the old channel, I talked at great length about how no one was oppressed. There was no oppression in this country. It's been brought to my attention there is some oppression still left towards gay people. And I mean official, sanctioned oppression. I said it in the fuck Michelle Obama video, and it's true. You can't come into work on Monday and be fired because your boss found out over the weekend that you're black. But if you're gay and your boss finds out over the weekend that you're gay, you can be fired. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's no protection for you. You're just going to get fired. That's fucked up. That's some oppression. So I was wrong. I ain't afraid to admit when I'm wrong. If I learn some new shit that says I was wrong, I'm like, hey, you know what? Alright, cool. I was fucking wrong. Most of the time, I'm not wrong. Now, a lot of that comes from because I had good mentors for intellect when I was growing up. I knew people who were very smart, and I learned from them. One of the things you need to do is listen. Listen and investigate. Then speak. You know what I mean? Speak later. Now, when I'm live and I'm reading the news, I make that mistake all the time. Just to point out. And I mean, although I'm awesome and perfect in every way, sometimes I still make mistakes. I might read a headline, get an initial feeling in response to that headline, and then make an assertion based on that, and then read the article and be like, oh, shit, I guess I was wrong. And that's okay. But what we need is we need people to come out and say, no, I was fucking right. And I don't mean like to come out and say that I was right, but to say that they are right, like internally, and everybody else be like, nah, motherfuckers, I do know some shit, and this is some shit, so let me tell you about some shit. It's been pretty good fucking smoke, by the way. I gotta say it. In case anybody missed out earlier in the week, I had a weed delivery at the house. We didn't film or nothing for it, but before the weed got here, I was producing and live streaming. And then afterwards, we did afternoon smoke, and the weed was really fucking good, guys. I mean, it was Bake Shake is what I bought. I bought Bake Shake, okay, because I like to smoke blunts and I'm broke. So I bought the Bake Shake, and I'm smoking the Bake Shake right now. I mean, look, well, you can't see because of the shadows, I'm sure, but at the back of this doobie is an actual bud. There's the whole thing of Bake Shake has been basically nothing but tiny little popcorn buds of kick-ass and amazing. The girl who brought it, gorgeous, sweet, nice. It was excellent experience. I'm definitely calling them again, probably tomorrow. I hope they're open tomorrow. Anyway, it's very good. I forget the name of it. It's something Island Goodness or some shit. I don't know. But let me tell you, it's been a pep good for Smoke2ThinkOn. And I've been coming up with some good ideas for other intermittent videos that I've been able to bang out. That DNC Truth video is really good. I'm really proud of that one because it's right. The Russians didn't hack the fucking DNC. That's stupid. That is genuinely fucking stupid. I just gotta cool off for a minute, folks, so we're back to the Shadow Man. Anyway, that DNC shit wasn't done by the Russians. It was done by fucking some hacker. Ow. By some fucking hacker who was just like, hey, you know what I'm gonna do today? I'm gonna see if I can break the DNC. And he did, and it was like, wow, I got into the DNC. So he starts stashing data. A year later, he's got fucking 20,000 emails ready to release. This is not something that requires a state actor or a government agency. This only requires the DNC's web service to be fucking exploitable and insecure. If there's remote code execution, all it takes is one DNC member logging on, executing that code, and compromising the entire fucking system. That's why hackers are dangerous. That's why there's entire police forces to stop them. Because literally anybody with enough time, energy, and will can learn to do it. Anyone. This didn't require the fucking Russians. It required a fucking 12-year-old with a rainy summer. In this case, spring. A rainy spring. That's what it took. And it's kind of fucking hysterical, in my opinion, that you got all these people running out there saying, like, it's bad enough, okay? It's bad enough that they're saying the Russians did it, and that they're keeping from us the fact that any one individual on this planet has the power in this digital age to affect entire outcomes of American politics. Instead of it just being about that, they said, how can we also use this to fucking slight Trump? Well, everybody hates Trump. Everybody hates the fucking Russians, or the Russian government at least. Probably not the Russian people, but the Russian government. Damn, that's a hell of a splinter. Anyway, they said, hey, how can we fucking tie this together? So they said, Russians did it to help Trump. Do you know the level of Stockholm Syndrome you need to be suffering from to believe that? And I'm not being funny, I'm being serious. Stockholm Syndrome. One must love their captor an awful lot to believe that shit. That is some Heaven's Gate, cutting your own nuts off and then drinking cyanide tablets to hop onto a Halley's Comet kind of fucking con man shit. These assholes in the media that are lying to you and saying, oh, it must be the right. They know that they're lying to you. They know that their sources are not credible sources. That's not why they're saying things like, well, General Petraeus said it was the Russians. He knows because a Russian guy he used to work with in KGB told it. No. Fuck all that. They're just saying sources in the know say it's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. I'm really proud of that video. I'm watching the analytics grow. We're getting hits. We're getting exposure. I've got a few crazy ideas for trying to build a little bit of audience. Some of them involve things like crashing the Alex Jones show, and the other is pulling a couple of what I can only refer to as idiot stunt videos. It's not really my MO. I want you guys to know this now. Early subscribers who subscribe for Smoke2ThinkOn, intellectual bibble babble on the revolution and the intellectual and cultural renaissance. I want you to know that when you see some crazy, ridiculous stunt video, that is not where we're going with this. But, hear me out. Some of these videos get fucking 10 million views, 2 million views, 4 million views. Now, I don't know about you. I'm a stoner. I'm a thinker. I'm a producer of Smoke2ThinkOn things. And I have sat through my fair share of ridiculous prank or stunt videos. Because, as much as we hate to admit it, our intellectual selves, the slapstick bullshit has its place in entertainment. It has its value. Now, because of that, I also know that in the 4 million views on one of these, flip a coin or get kicked in the nuts kind of videos, 4 million people watch that video. Somebody out of that pool of 4 million is going to be a Smoke2Thinker who's like, oh man, I'm so glad that's not what this entire channel's about. What else do they got going on? I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do for audience building. I've got to do some more research. The content, I think, is showing itself to be good in the sense that when we get views, the views are making it through most of the video. We're not getting a lot of click plays and then, oh, this guy's just a dumb guy, let's move on. So, it's not to say there's no need for content improvement, because there is, and I'm working on that. But exposure, that's the key. And as much as I don't want to do a fucking idiot stunt video, I'm afraid that may be a more successful tactic in gathering views and exposure to new audience than to call the Alex Jones show. But I'm going to try. I am definitely going to call the Alex Jones show. That's going to happen. The man has fucking 5 million unique views a month. And to me, that's the kind of widespread shotgun exposure that Smoke2ThinkOn needs. So whether you love him or hate him, please don't unsubscribe because I mentioned or uttered the words Alex Jones. I know not everybody's a fan. I'm not always a fan. Sometimes I listen to his words and go, oh my God, did you just say that out loud? He did. He said that out loud. And then sometimes I hear him and I go and I look up what he said and I'm like, holy shit, that fucking crazy bastard's right. So, you love him or hate him, it doesn't matter. Man has exposure, and we don't have a lot of exposure here at Smoke2ThinkOn. And it's a radio show that you can call into, and you can say anything you want, doesn't screen your calls or tell you to fuck off because you're wanting to plug your shit. He encourages it, so I'm going to do that. But don't worry, I have a very well-targeted script for that event, so we're not going to get a bunch of dumb rednecks who don't smoke or who fucking get high and talk about the fucking alien or Jew conspiracy. Not that I'm not welcoming those people or those conspiracy theories, because I most certainly am. But I want to maintain with Smoke2ThinkOn being more of a political news, culture, analysis kind of a theme and less conspiracy. So I know that some people who are coming here for that culture and the news and political theme are not hoping to be constantly communicating about aliens and fucking Jew conspiracies and shit. And if you believe that stuff and you've got the evidence, I suggest you bring it to us, because I'm happy to talk about it. But I'm just saying that's not the core of our message here. That's not what we're doing here. That's not it's just not the core of Smoke2ThinkOn. That's the meeting at the docks, which I do at midnight on Saturdays, I think. We'll see. But I think so. And I think at that, it may be a little bit different setup. There may be less camera work and more just straight communication and back and forth between this computer screen. But, so, in terms of the overall channel Smoke2ThinkOn, I welcome everybody. But in terms of what we're producing here on a regular basis on these playlists and at the website and whatnot, it's mostly news and politics. And I'd like to get more people involved and grow our audience. So if you have ideas for audience building, please do let me know. And feel free to like and subscribe and share this with your friends and your Facebook groups and on Twitter and all the other shit that you've got. Because the more exposure we have, the more growth we have, the more communication we can have. And don't be afraid to leave comments or shit in the chat window. I always urge people to at me at Rod Dangermouthe, because right now I'm working with limited technology, and the computer can't handle streaming and the streaming dashboard simultaneously, because I want to rock with the high definition camera. I mean, we can do it if we use the laptop's low definition camera, but then you don't get to see these boobs. I can't do the peck thing. Sorry. No, I can't do it. But anyway, that's the end of our doobie. That's the end of our afternoon smoke. I want to thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe and share this with your friends so that we can grow the community and build ourselves a new home on the internet and participate in the intellectual and cultural renaissance, because, friends, that shit's happening. And I'm doing what I can to participate. I think the points that I make are poignant. And if you don't, comment. Tell me how I'm wrong. I'm happy to have a debate. Fuck, that's what I do with 30% of my off time. Thanks again, folks. You're not told enough in the world that you're loved. So let me come in there and tell you.